Hi, and welcome to this all levels full body flow. Let's begin today's class with a little seated meditation. If it's difficult to sit up straight, you could prop something underneath your hips. And then close your eyes and draw your awareness inward. So instead of being focused on what's going on outside, I'd like you to start to shift by sensing the feeling of the air on your skin. And then noticing the tension in your shoulders and in your neck melt away, as well as your hips, so that your spine can be more free. In addition to that, now start to layer in the sensation of the breath. So just tune into feeling the rhythm of your in-breath and your out-breath, ideally in and out through your nose. And notice how the rhythm of your breath, tuning into that, can help to calm the nervous system and quiet the mind. Now, staying with the sensations in the body and the breath, let's come into our first pose, which is child's pose. So in each of the postures that we do in class today, I'm going to invite you to come back to the sensation and the breath. And the breath, ultimately, in your yoga practice, is your greatest teacher. It can tell you when to back off, when you can go deeper. Come up onto your hands and your knees now. And let's start to warm up the spine with cat-cow. As you exhale, round through your back and reach to your shoulder blades into your hands. As you inhale, flip your tailbone the other way and let your spine go into extension. And feel as you exhale and slow down your breath, that your breath can actually help to increase the range of motion. One more round. And with your toes curled under, sit your hips back a bit. Slide your right hand behind your head as you inhale, turn your chest open, reach down into your left hand. And as you exhale, slide your right arm, half thread the needle. Inhale, hand behind the head to open up. Exhale, half thread the needle. One more time. Inhale, twist open. And exhale. Take a slow breath in through your nose as you hold. And let it out. You can stay upright here. You could slide all the way deep into the pose, your call, depending on your flexibility. Just stay in this upright variation. Release whichever phase you're in. Slide your left hand behind your head. As you inhale, spin from your navel up to your heart to roll your chest open. And as you exhale, slide your arm through. Inhale, twist open. And exhale, slide through. Last one. And hold. Slow breath in through your nose. And slower breath out. Then come back up onto your hands and your knees. Stretch your hips back to your heels, extended child's pose. And as you inhale, come forward, roll your hips towards your wrists, and start to roll your heart open as you reach the buttocks down. As you exhale, stretch back. And as you inhale, roll forward. Exhale, stretch back. And inhale, roll forward. Good, then reach back into child's pose. Slow breath in. And slow breath out. Now walk your hands back to your knees. We're going to come into a forward fold position. Lift your hips up, let your head drop down. Then with your knees bent a bit, bring your hands behind your head and roll yourself up. As you engage your glutes and your back muscles, roll your chest open. And as you exhale, roll your elbows in, chin to chest, roll back down. Bring your fingertips down and inhale, come into a flat back. And let's now walk the hands out. And come into downward facing dog. From downward dog, inhale, glide into plank pose. Bring your shoulders to stack over your wrists. And as you exhale, glide back to downward facing dog. And one hand at a time, walk your hands back to your feet. A little reverse vinyasa. Hands behind the head, roll yourself up. Engage your glutes, your back muscles, roll your heart open. And roll chin to chest, roll yourself back down. Walk your hands out to downward facing dog pose. Bend your right knee and reach your left heel bone down towards the ground. And change, bend the left knee, reach the right heel. Bend both knees, and then straighten. Now from here, step your right foot up by your right thumb. Lower your left knee down to the ground. As you inhale, come up, raise your arms. As you exhale, pull your arms into cactus position, back bend your upper back, engage your left buttock and your back muscles. Inhale, reach up, look up, join palms. Hands come to the mat. Step back, plank position, downward facing dog. Step your left foot up by your left thumb. Lower your back knee down. Inhale, come up, raise your arms out. Exhale, pull arms into cactus. Inhale, reach up, look up, join palms. Hands come to the mat. Step back, plank position. Downward facing dog. If the plank's too gnarly, you can always just go to hands and knees. And same with down dog, if that's too much, you can just go to child's pose. If the sequence just feels too aggressive for you in general, I'm going to put a link to my beginner's challenge also in the description. And you can start with that one and then come to this one. From downward facing dog, look between your hands, step or hop to the top of your mat, and inhale, come into a flat back. Exhale, fold. Sit your hips into a little chair and inhale your arms up. And as you exhale, lean your chest out over your knees, stretch your arms back. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale into a flat back. Head, step back, plank position. Now lower down onto your belly from plank pose. You can do it with legs straight if you have more upper body strength. As you inhale, roll your heart forward into Cobra pose. Feel your back muscles turn on. Lift your hands up an inch here. Roll your heart back down and press up into plank pose. On the hands and knees, or with legs straight, you can push straight up. Downward facing dog, stretch back. Remember, you can always use child's pose interchangeably if it's too much on your wrists, or if you don't have the mobility yet. As you inhale, stretch your right leg back and up. And as you exhale, shift to plank, bring your knee to your chest. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, knee to chest. 30 more times. Inhale, reach up. Just kidding, last one. And exhale, step your foot. Now high lunge, come up, crescent. Turn the pinky finger side of your hand forward and lift up through your elbows and armpits. Reconnect to your breath. Can you find the calm in the pose, even though it's challenging? Place your hands back down onto your mat. Step back into plank position. Lift your hips and reach back into downward facing dog. Raise your left leg up, inhale. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale. Last one. Step your foot up by your thumb. Inhale, come up into crescent lunge. Bring your hands back down and step back, plank pose. Lift your hips and reach back into down dog. Look in between your hands. Step or float up to the front. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, fold, let the air out. Drop your hips into a chair. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, lean out over your knees, arms stretch back. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Plant hands, step back, plank pose. Lower down slowly onto your belly, knees down or legs straight, your call. Inhale into Cobra. Now this time, as you press the tops of your feet down, slide your hands forward. Posture strengthening here. Keeping the tiny little back bend here, heart reaching forward, squeeze your elbows back into cactus and feel all the muscles in your back turn on the backs of your shoulders. As you inhale, slide your arms forward, get long, keeping the little baby back bend. And as you exhale, squeeze back. Last one, here we go. Inhale, reach forward, slide, reach. And exhale, squeeze back. And now lift up 1 inch higher. And hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower your heart and your hands, press up into plank pose or up on the hands and knees and stretch back to down dog. As you inhale, raise your right leg up. And as you exhale, bring your knee to your right armpit. Inhale, stretch back up. Now, bend your knee and open your hip. Then look forward. Step your foot up to your thumb. Turn your back heel onto the mat, and as you inhale, come right up into Warrior Two. Let your hips angle slightly towards your right knee, so your right knee can point right over your second, third toe. Reconnect to your breath here. Then flip your right palm up. Reach up and inhale. As you exhale, bring your forearm to your thigh and slide your left arm over your ear. Create a line, long line from your left fingertips all the way down to your left hip, to your left ankle. Breathe in and out through your nose, nice and slow. As you inhale, come back up into Warrior Two. And as you exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Step back, plank position. Lift your hips and press back to down dog. Raise your left leg up as you inhale. And as you exhale, bring your knee to your left armpit. Inhale, reach back up. Now, open up your hips as you bend the knee. And then step your foot up to your thumb. Turn your back heel down onto the ground and come right up into Warrior Two. As you inhale, flip your palm, reverse warrior. And as you exhale, lean out over your knee and reach your right arm over. Inhale, come back, Warrior Two. Bring your hands down to the mat and step back, plank position. Lift hips and stretch back into downward dog. As we progress in the challenge, we'll take options for vinyasa there to help to build even more upper body strength. From downward dog, look forward and step or float up to the front. As you inhale, elongate, and exhale, fold. Drop hips into chair pose, inhale. Exhale, lean out over your knees, arms stretch back. Inhale, chair pose. Stand, Samastiti. Standing in a state of balance. Now let's practice our balance. Bring your weight into your right foot and slide your left heel up your inner right leg. If your balance is challenging, just put your hands at a wall. And you don't have to take the foot up very high as feels comfortable for you. You can hold here with the hands at prayer position, or if you want to challenge the balance even more, try taking your arms up overhead and hold. Nice, Ollie. Good job. Shaking it out. Bring your arms back down and change sides. On your left foot, bring your right heel up. Bring palms together. And you can hold here with the hands in prayer, or try taking the arms up. Bring arms back down if they're up. And release your leg. From the top of your mat, inhale the arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale into a flat back. Step back, downward facing dog. Now make your way to seated. Lean forward onto the sit bones, and then rock back until you feel your tailbone. So you're balancing kind of right in between your sit bones and your tailbone. Take your arms forward, maintaining an upright spine, and see if you can lift one leg and maybe both legs. Boat pose, Navasana. Squeeze in with your legs, lift up your heart. If your hamstrings are more flexible, you might be able to straighten your legs without sinking back, but it's not a requirement. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Good job. Set your heels down and now rock down to your sacrum lower back. See if you can balance there, and then take one leg forward. As you exhale, draw your ribcage down towards your hips and reach your buttocks towards your heels. Change legs. Most advanced practitioners might be able to do both legs as long as you can keep the rib pelvis action. Set that down. Lower all the way down, hands behind the head. Bring your left leg up into tabletop position and your right leg forward. If you can stretch the leg straight, go ahead and then reach up and over to the outside of the leg. Change legs. You're either doing bent knee or straight leg. Change legs. Change legs. Release that. Lower yourself down. Lift your hips up into bridge pose. Roll the buttocks towards the backs of the knees. Draw your front hip bones towards your chest. And hold. Neck free. Jaw and tongue easy. Good. Drop your butt down. Open your arms to the side. Cross your right knee over your left knee and shift your hips over to the right a little. Let your knees fall over to the left. And look to your right. Slow breath in through your nose. And long, slow breath out to release tension. You'll find that your body can release deeper on the exhalation. So just notice that. How cool is that? Little things we're going to learn together in this journey. Bring the knees and hips back to center. Change, cross the legs. Let your hips go over to the left and knees over to the right. And as you use the exhalation to relax and let go of what's fighting, as you breathe in, notice how the body can open up. You could fill into the space that you created. But it starts from the exhalation. This feels so good, huh? This is the best. Supine twisting. Bring knees and hips back to center and either hug knees to armpits, or if you're more flexible, you could take happy baby, reach onto the insides of your knees with your arms and grab a hold of the outsides of the feet or the big toes. Release that, hugging the right knee into the chest. Stretch the left leg out along the ground. Change legs. Hug the left knee in as you stretch the right leg out. Now we finish these classes with a little meditation at the end. It's called Savasana. And not only does it give you the opportunity to just relax and be receptive and for the body to acclimate to all the poses that you've done, but also a lot of the benefits that you hear about yoga practice come from the meditation time, a lot of the mental benefits and physical. Release that. So I really want to challenge you that when we take this time to stick with it, as uncomfortable as it might feel for some at the beginning. For some, this can be the hardest pose. So let's take a deep breath into the nose. And then as you close your eyes, let it out. And let's consciously let go of the tension in the feet and in the legs. Let the legs drop. Empty the tension in your hands and your arms. Let the arms drop. Let your neck, your shoulders, and your jaw completely relax. Let go of the tension in your forehead. Feel up and down your spine, the muscles letting go of any tension they're holding. Let go of the things that you can't control. Practice in the body. Give up the control now. Whatever you're still hanging on to, give it up. And from this place of freedom and ease, feeling relaxed, open, calm, yet energized, just notice how good you feel after having done the poses and the deep breathing. So this is the reason that we commit time to the yoga practice. It is a discipline. It requires us to show up even though we might not be feeling like it. So I want to challenge you to take these 30 days to keep committing to it because of this feeling that you get at the end. Now it can help us to be more calm and clear throughout the day. And feeling pretty darn good too. All right, let's wrap this thing up. Roll over to your side and press up onto your hands and your knees. Something else you can't control. The honking cars. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.